So today, let's see if it's going to work in the technology. This is from the book by Múcio Clemente, The Art of Playing Piano. Let's go to the rhythm part. So today, let's see if it's going to work in the technology. This is from the book by Múcio Clemente, The Art of Playing Piano. Let's go to the rhythm part. So today, let's see if it's going to work in the technology. This is from the book by Múcio Clemente, The Art of Playing Piano. Let's go to the rhythm part. So today, let's see if it's going to work in the technology. This is from the book by Múcio Clemente, The Art of Playing Piano. That is the whole note. Whole note. That is the semi-breve. That is the whole note. That is the semi-breve. So in American English, it's whole note. In solfejo, called semi-breve, half a note or minims, quarter note or crotchets, eighth note or quavers, 16th note semi-quavers. English is whole note. 32nd note semi-breve, half a note or minims, quarter note or crotchets, eighth note or quavers, 16th note semi-quavers. English is whole note. 32nd note semi-breve, half a note or minims, quarter note or crotchets, eighth note or quavers. Now let's see if the sound is working. Let me check it out. So here is the whole note. One whole note is equal to 2 half a note. It's equal also of 4 quarter notes, 8 eighth notes, 16 16th note, and 32 32nd notes, 64 64th note, I don't have here, and 128 128th note. But you are going to work until the 16th note. And each rhythm note has one number. And those numbers is for the time signature. So 1 is for the whole note, 2 for the half a note, 4 to the quarter note, 8 for the 8th note, 16 for the 16th note, 32 for the 32nd note. This has to do with the division and subdivision of the whole note. Okay. If the time signature on the denominator has 4, it's going to be under the chord note. And the numerator could be any number that we wish. And each note will have a sound, rest, sorry. That is the rest, whole rest. It's located below the 4th line, and the half rest is above the 3rd line, which means they are both on the 3rd space, 1, 2, 3, 3rd space, the whole rest and the half a rest. The crochet or the half or the chord note, sorry. The chord rest, 8th rest, 16th rest, and 32nd rest. Let me check if I have a sound today. Just testing. Testing. Let me check if I have a sound today. Yes, you do have. Okay. So on our famous music, the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, the Mozart theme, in this arrangement here we have the combination of the whole note, 8th note and chord note, half a note, 8th note, and the chord note and half a note. So how this would happen? How can you perform those? We need to have a reference cell. Reference cell in this case is going to be the chord note because it's 4 quantity, 4 denominator, the chord note. 4 chord notes per measure. And this line here is the bar line, that is the measure line. The measure line is the content within these 4 chord notes here. And you divide it with that vertical line, that is bar line. Bar line or measure line. Okay, that line. This is the bar line or the measure. This is measure number 1, measure number 2, measure number 3, number 4, number 5, and so on. That's the treble clef, and bass clef. Those are the accidentals of the key signature F and C sharp for the trumpet because they're transposed instruments, and no accidental on the key signature for the piano part. And the rhythm we see on the horizontal line, on the vertical line is the pitch notes. Pitch notes. Okay, let's listen. Okay, so now if I would like to let's add here a different time signature. Let's put 3, 4, which means it's 3 chord notes per measure. I can add any combination. I could start here instead with the sound. I could start with the rest. Could put the rest here too. In this case, it's eighth rest, and here's quarter rest. Eighth rest, quarter rest. Just things. So we have the 3 chord here, and this could be also the 2 chord. Let me add the, instead of nonsense melody, let me put this here. Let's listen here. That is in 4/4 from The Sound of Music. Okay, now let's change it here. Let's see how it stays on the 9/8. Unfortunately, on this program, you cannot hear the accent when you change the time signature. Not so well. 9/2/4. So when you change the time signature, means that you're going to change the accent. In 2/4, that is forte. Forte and piano. Forte, piano, forte, piano, and so on. Forte, piano. On the 4/4 is forte, mezzo forte, sorry, forte piano, mezzo forte. Forte, piano, mezzo forte, and piano. Forte, piano. So instead of mezzo forte, it's going to be piano again. Forte, piano. So now that's going to be mezzo forte and piano. Piano. Forte is the downbeat, is when you have more strong, is a strong, the beat like ta, instead of ta is ta, so ta, 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 instead ta, 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 but it's ta, 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 ta. So the downbeat is strong, forte, ta, ta, ta. And you have this dot here. The dot means is half of the note. So this means that is a quarter note plus eighth note. Quarter note plus eighth note. This is one abbreviation. Instead for write like that. With the ta, 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 the same. The auto prefer add one dot. Coming back here. Now the accent of the 2 is forte piano. Is ta, 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 ta. So that forte piano, forte. Forte. Piano. When you have 2 eighth notes, the first is forte, the second is piano. Forte. And so on. So the accent of the notes. Now let me find it here. Now let's see the time signature. Let's add as 3/4. Three/4. So I need to have 3 chord notes or any combination that we wish. Let's start with the rest. The silence. I'm going to add one rest here. So it's a ta 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 ta. Yes, instead of ta ta ta, you have a rest. Ta 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 ta. I see. So you can add, or you can just add the three chord notes, or you can add a half a note plus 1 chord note. Or you can just add 8 notes. You can add a combination of 32nd notes. So here has, those are the 32nd notes, this is 16th rest, 32nd rest, 16th rest, quarter rest. This is one sharp. Those are the music accidentals. Like we could change, let's put it here just for the sake of it. So I would like to put that F sharp as a natural. I just put the B quadro or the natural symbol. That's the natural symbol of B quadro. Let's listen to that rhythm and melody. And the reference cell here for us is the chord note. Chord note, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And this 1, 2, 3 need to fit all those notes. Going to here. So we know that the music is a silent night, so the rhythm is ta 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 ta, and so on. Okay, so that's the rhythm. Now when you're going to add tempo. Tempo is how fast or how slow the music can be performed. Tempo. Let's add the chord note equal of 8 BPM. Let's see. Also 1, 2, 3, 1, done, done. Now let's see the different pace, the different tempo. Let's see if there is any difference with the tempo as on Dante. Choose a different tempo or andamento, which means different speed of the music. Let's put allegro moderato. faster, né? Now let's find a different one. I put largo. Slow pace. So independent of the tempo, the rhythm is the same. The tempo can change. It can go fast or can go slow, but the rhythm stays the same. You see, we do not change the rhythm, but we change the tempo, how fast or how slow. The treble clef and the bass clef, they have one common note. That's the middle C. The middle C, they call C4. C4 here in America. C3 in Brazil. So the name of the C. I'm going to change the time signature here. Four. So here's C4. C4. So from C until B is under the C4 scale of the octave. Now C5, D5, E5, F5, G5, A5, B5, and C6, D6, E6, F6, G6, A6, B6, and C7. Now let's play. I would like for you to pay attention here on the keyboard. So C4 is your middle C on the piano. That is below. So C4, C4. Look on the piano. I'm going to put to play. The piano did not go into the C5. But why we have this C4, 5, 6? Why is that important? Because you can play a music, for example, here, Silent Night, one example. Listen just these first two measures. More time. The notes are G, A, G, E, the name of the notes. but the pitch notes that will define what octave the notes are. Let's listen from here. Under the C4 octave. And here under any octave. This is G4, A3, G5, E, E3, yes. No, E2, sorry. No, E3, sorry. Include myself here. So that you just say G, A, G, E, or Sol, La, Sol, Mi. We do not define the octave, but when you say G or Sol for A3, G5, E3, G4, A4, G4, E4. So we define what is going to be playing. The instrument, any instrument could be played the same notes within the octave that it's written. So therefore, the pitch notes called it pitch notes. When you say the pitch notes, we define the octave. Okay. So that is not, but this is within the C4. This is C5, C4, C5, C4, C4, 5, 4, 4, and 4, and so on. So therefore, it's important when we know the pitch notes, the octave the notes are written. C4, this is B3. C4, B3, A3, G3, F3, E3, E3, sorry, E3, D3, C3, B2, A2, G2, F2, E2, D2, C2. The C2 is the open string for the cello. C2, B1, A1, G1, F1, E1, D1, and C0. Now let's play. Let's see if I skip it. Let's listen. It's on the contrary movement that the scale of C major. So now when you say the name of the notes, we say within each octave. C4, B3, A3, C4, D4, E4, F4, G4, and so on. Let's see if I have. It's from Elga. So when you have half a note and eighth note, in this case here, we have two sharps. And you have the accidental. And you also have dynamic and articulation here from the metric, retardando. Let's listen. So the rhythm from the beginning and the second part, they look the same, that's right? But the tempo that changed. This is 96 BPM and this is 192. It's an octave higher than the second part. So for today, that's all. Thank you.